Did someone say Lee Nailon? What?
I did.
Did someone say NBA?
Yes.
Dude, you just triggered the show to start by saying that.
Wow. Okay.
Whoever said NBA, you win
No
free
boys
passes.
allowed. No boys allowed.
No
That's it.
boys allowed. Men only.
Man, special guest this morning is blowing my mind. How you doing this morning, Mr. Lee Nailon?
Doing good. Blessed to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Got our NBA
You
superstar in the house. 7 years in the league. We're about to interview Mr. Lee Nailon.
Can't
He's
wait.
going to share all the stories and all the things from the internet.coms.
Oh, yeah. A
All
lot of
the
internet stories.
A lot of websites out there.
It just was
Yeah.
coming alive when I was playing. So.
Yeah. How you doing, Stephen Brown?
I'm grand. How are you, sir?
Stephen on the ones and twos. How you doing this morning, James
Ones,
Irwin?
twos,
Good, man.
ones,
Doing good.
twos.
Feeling good this morning?
Yeah, man.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you think today's episode's going to go?
10.
Dude, this is awesome. I feel
Yeah.
the same way. I think this is episode number 036.
C.
And Stephen, we've been off for a couple weeks, I guess,
we
due to
have.
Thanksgiving.
Is that what we're going to blame it on
Depending
Thanksgiving?
Man, I feel bad blaming
holiday
anything.
month, man.
Yeah.
It's fun, man.
I feel bad blaming anything on a holiday so cool as Thanksgiving. Did you have a good Thanksgiving, James?
Yeah, dude. We had some good food. I ate till I couldn't even walk anymore.
So you got stuffed is what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah, I got stuffed. We did the 5K in the morning.
Oh, you ran the 5K?
Yeah, we did. It did. Rain let up, so we didn't have to. But I got muddy shoes and
Feeling good about it?
yeah.
A little improvement on your time from the Cowtown 5K, maybe?
No, that was the last time I ran, and so it was kind of a sad performance overall.
I get it.
Bringing you out to retirement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brought him out of retirement.
That's it. That's it. My
You'll be ready for
mother-in-law,
the
who's
next one.
60, beat me. So if that tells you anything,
Womp,
She probably
womp.
up at 4 running them, though.
Yeah, she was for sure.
Yeah.
She sounds like she's competitive.
Yeah, she's 60 and weighs about as much as a bundle of toothpicks. So she's like in
Oh.
shape. She
She's
takes
right.
care of herself. So
It's like a 120-pound bundle of toothpicks, but it's a bundle nonetheless.
Hey, dude,
Absolutely.
if you told her she weighed 120 pounds, she'd be mad at you, dog. I bet she weighs 93.
Shout out right now in case she's watching to
Shout
her.
out to Gail.
Speaking of
Shout
getting
out.
stuffed, did you ever stuff someone on the court?
Yeah,
Nice
a
segue.
few times.
Wow.
Thank
Got
you
a
for
couple
that.
of stuff in my day.
Dude, I'm telling you what, we're going to have a good show this morning. Did you have a good Thanksgiving, Lee?
Yes, I did. My wife's cooking is amazing. My mom, brother, sister came up from San Antonio. I had a couple friends come over. We watched football. I ate till I was almost dead.
There you go.
So he just
For
tried to
3 days.
smooth over we watch
my
football.
wife, she's really not a leftover type of woman, so I have to kind of beg her to keep the leftovers.
Yeah.
But we had leftover for 3-4 days. So
There we go.
Pissed.
Yeah.
This is it right here.
Yeah.
This is the last.
It's all
day.
over.
I'm like, okay.
Like
cool.
no more turkey. I think I still have a little bit of turkey in a bag in my fridge. I should probably throw that away. That's
Yeah,
probably
we
a science
froze,
experiment.
We froze some.
If you're watching
Okay.
live, would you give
For
us in the
you.
comments
Popeye.
below maybe
Yeah.
what is your estimated time of death for leftover turkey? Would you drop that in the comments below? How long is cold turkey good for if it's refrigerated? I'd like to get the viewers' opinion on that. Steven, what are your thoughts?
I've got a pretty hot sports opinion about Thanksgiving in general.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
This is where James and we're usually just completely the same.
Can you tell me?
My hot sports opinion,
I need to be ready
Let's
for
hit
this.
it.
brace yourselves.
All right, viewers, if you're watching on Spotify, listening on iTunes, iHeartRadio, wherever you're consuming this from, if you're on Facebook Live, drop an L in the comments below. Buckle your seatbelt for Steven's prediction.
It's more of a hot sports opinion.
Okay.
Thanksgiving food is not that great. And that's coming from the
All right,
studio audience is jeering me.
Wow, we're going to sound off. Steven versus Lee here.
Wow.
All right.
The fattest guy in the room does not like Thanksgiving food. I'm okay with that.
All right, now sound off. Mr. Lee Nailon.
He must have had fried chicken or something.
Yeah. No.
He's like, man,
I think
it's like 2 people over here today. Happy Thanksgiving, guy.
All
Let's
right.
get some KFC.
I
Okay.
you want to hear what I had for Thanksgiving for Thanksgiving dinner?
Yes, please.
I
Oh, I know what you had. I already know
oh
what you had.
what I had? Okay,
You
Let me hear.
had.
I did not have mom's spaghetti. I made a ham sandwich with deli ham.
Bro, no wonder
And,
you
like,
don't like
barbecue chips.
Thanksgiving food.
That sucks, man.
Lee, what did you eat? What did Mama
had a-
cook?
We had turkey, ham,
Okay.
mac and cheese,
Okay.
Yeah, I like mac and cheese.
broccoli casserole.
Oh, you had me at broccoli casserole. Go on.
Yam casserole.
Did you say ham casserole?
Yam.
Yeah.
Yam
Sweet
casserole.
potatoes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Can we give it up for yam casserole real quick?
I do love sweet
Right?
potatoes.
I love that.
with the
Sweet
crust
potatoes?
on top.
That
Yeah.
crust, bro.
Oh man.
Now, do you go crust or do you go like crust and marshmallows on top?
Well, my wife she mixed them both. In.
Okay.
She's
good
hired.
call. Good call.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
she's hired.
That's
She
the
put her
piece.
foot in it.
Okay, so what do you not like about all the pies, yam casserole,
Right.
Dude, pecan
mac and
pie, bro.
cheese,
Mashed
Okay.
potatoes with gravy.
Here's
mashed
the
potatoes
deal.
and gravy,
Here's the deal.
a fried turkey.
This is getting me
The
really
sum-
hot right now.
The sum of everything, in my opinion, sucks.
Okay.
But everything individually, count me in. But everything mixed together, meh.
No one's mixing it together.
You
except
don't
for
have to
yourself.
mix
Everybody's
it.
everybody's mixing it together.
Just
It's
get
a
your
meal.
ham and go sit down.
Dude, that's your choice.
So don't mix it. Just okay. At one time, go get mac and cheese.
So just have like
That's it.
just eat out of
This
20,
is the
Go
way
get
to
ham.
win at Thanksgiving.
20
right here.
paper
Right.
plates.
It's okay to have 3 to 4 paper plates.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
but then I'm like, oh, he's got all the
That's-
plates.
you
Look
know
at
what?
this guy.
That's a license to be fat.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is
Yeah.
the only
You
excuse.
can have 5 plates and
man.
nobody would be like, man,
Look at this guy. Ugh.
I'm glad he don't poop over here later.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, Lee said it. Corey Clayton said, get them pots hot. So shout out to Corey Clayton.
Get them
Hey,
pots hot.
Christmas dinners, man, eat up, eat
Man.
up.
Yeah.
Christmas dinner.
All right, so let's get out of the Thanksgiving talk for a second because I want to know what's going on right here in this video. Was this when you were playing for the Charlotte Hornets or was this New Orleans Hornets at that time?
This is New Orleans. This is our first season.
Okay.
No, this is our third season in New Orleans.
Looks like y'all are playing Portland Trailblazers there.
Playing Portland. You can see it's a packed house.
It's a packed house. So what
You know, they
happened there?
support us very well.
The people in New Orleans.
Yeah.
They weren't feeling this rivalry
They
there.
weren't feeling this right. Yeah, this is not a big game. But you know, we came out with the victory, and it was definitely an honor to play. I like New Orleans.
Wait, was that you, number 33, on that fadeaway jump shot?
Yes,
Holy
Splishy
cow, dude, that
splash.
was tight.
I had a little jump shot.
And you had cornrows for most of your season because I
Yeah, I
remember
tried to,
like
you
the
know.
headband cornrows look on you.
You know, when you make it to the NBA, you know everybody can play. So I try.
Right.
I try to camouflage myself by having braids, so they think I'm tough. So they,
Oh, I see.
There we
you know,
go.
if they foul me, they say sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raise
That's a
their
tough
hand,
haircut.
Hey, I fouled them. You know
My
what I
bad.
mean?
My bad.
So under Steven's hat, he actually has braids, so people think he's tough as well. That's why he wears the hat on the podcast.
All right, here's the braids reveal.
No, don't do it. Your power, your power.
Okay,
Remember?
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Samson.
Yeah, it's like Samson, dude. Don't
blow
show
the
your hair.
Show the
It's
braids.
kind of like mascots. They don't show their face.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
This-
Can't do it. Don't do it.
I'm not gonna.
So how many points did you have in this Portland New Orleans game? Do you remember that game well enough to know that answer?
I had 23.
23 so dominant. Very dominant there. Randy Irwin, let's go to the comments for a second. Randy Irwin's in here live. So is Corey Clayton. Staten Sawyer's watching. Ryan McWhorter's watching. Shout out to the Ryan McWhorter. By the way, Ryan, great job last night on the 24 Roses Chattahoochee performance live.
Oh yeah, we had a little live piece last
That
night.
was awesome. James is in a country band, a 90s cover band called Chattahoochee. That was pretty rad, and I got to...
Where y'all play at?
We're still. We've been. I feel like my continued story is we're still ramping up here. We are in the process. You have to learn like 40 songs to.
Oh, you gotta have a
to
big
do
catalog.
it because whenever someone has a cover band come in, they're like, "Oh yeah, you guys will just play for like 3
Play
hours."
Hard Working Man by Brooks and Dunn, Chattahoochee.
Right.
Yeah, they want to
You
yell
gotta
stuff
be
out.
sharp.
You
Yeah.
got to play like a bazillion songs. It's not like if
So basically, you gotta be over 50.
Over 50.
to be into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you gotta say it's gonna take you some. couple
long
years.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
That's a lot of songs to remember.
You got any Garth
It is.
Brooks?
Your own songs
Yeah.
that y'all do.
We're not doing any originals. At least that's not the plan yet. We're just learning all these songs from the '90s, and it's fun and it's tough, especially in the holidays. You get like 5 dudes who are all married and a lot of them have kids to like peel off a night during the week to go and like.
That's
You
hard,
know,
yeah.
the wives are holding 2 kids like, are you ever going to come home? I got these
Right.
screaming kids and you're out there playing around. And we practice at a brewery, so you already know.
Oh yes, y'all getting it in. Yeah.
Do you know Panther Island Brewery in Fort Worth, just north of downtown on Main Street?
Just say yes.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he does.
You know, I've been down there a lot.
Yeah, I've been down. That's
Going
one of
to
my
TCU,
spots.
When I was going at TCU, we was down there a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
What is your what's your favorite '90s band, James? Do you have Reba McEntire in the catalog?
Wait.
My favorite '90s band.
Band?
Period.
No, country genre. Sorry.
Oh man, probably it's either Tracy Lawrence or Brooks and Dunn.
Dude.
Yeah.
Brooks and Dunn was my first musical purchase ever. It was a cassette at a truck stop when we were on our way to California on a family vacation. I peeled off $4.99 of my own money, and I bought Brooks and Dunn's Hard Working Man cassette single.
You can probably still buy that at most Loves.
Yeah, it's
Cassettes.
still at Love's, yeah.
You know, kids nowadays don't even know nothing about cassettes.
They don't know nothing about that.
Rewinding.
Oh,
Remember
man.
rewinding?
Remember how you had to, when it gets stuck in there,
You had to
take it out
Oh.
and surgically repair him.
Yeah.
Or get like a pin.
But if it bent just a little bit on
It
that
is
part
ruined.
of the song, it
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, can you do that sound again, please?
yeah.
So kids also don't know nothing about them 22 points in that New Orleans-Portland game.
No, they don't. They probably look like.
Look at that headband
Nice
wristband
top down.
They're
matching.
like, where's the HD at?
Wow. I tried to find the HD on this video. Whoever
The kid's
uploaded
like,
this to
you can't even
YouTube.
see his
Yeah,
face.
this is just in D.
Yeah, this is just
right?
This is just
definition.
plain old D.
One letter.
So the coolest thing about you is you came in here and had to duck for our entrance. How tall are you?
6'9".
Unbelievable. bro.
69.
Yeah.
Zah.
Hey.
So Mr. Steven Brown was the tallest man on campus at a whopping 6'4"
5.
6'5".
Then we had
Muhammad Shabazz
Muhammad
come in.
Shabazz.
He's the 2019 NBA Junior League Coach of the Year. He
Yeah.
came on
Okay.
our podcast. He had to duck for the entrance. He was 6'8".
Was he 6'8"?
Any Mavs in came in?
Yeah, yeah. Have any Mavs come in yet?
No.
Let's see.
Just Dirk.
Just Dirk. He's
What
right
you
there.
say, man? Oh, that's hot.
Dirk's here every day.
No, we hadn't have any Mavericks in. And by the way, if you're listening, Mavericks, we're going to be reaching out to you soon to come in the Local Legend Show.
Yeah, let's get Luca in here, man. Why not?
Why not? We need to go after him. If anybody
know-
out there knows,
know him.
or you're one separation away, what do they call that? 1 degree of separation away from
Yeah.
from
If you're a thumb print away,
There you go.
it.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, thumbprint away.
then holler at us.
If you're one
Text your
Hey
boy- yeah.
Siri
We
away.
need him in here.
Yeah.
He's a Randy. He's about to be MVP this year.
I think he
Not
is.
kidding.
That dude is,
That's
and he's
good,
what,
though,
20?
man. The Mavs been thirsty for it.
Yeah.
You know, after the championship, they kind of took a back seat.
Was that 2011?
Mhm.
Yeah, 2011.
So
That
now they got two.
Well, they had a
Two
really great
superstars
idea
now.
after the championship. So have a championship team and then just let everybody go.
But you know
That makes
that's
a lot of
notorious
sense.
For NBA is a copycat league.
it is.
Ah, yeah.
You know they did the same thing with the Bulls. You know with Mike.
Let's hit a championship and
Why
let
would
everybody
you
go.
take? Why? And now they kicking themselves in the behind because
Right.
now they see how history is like it's being shattered by
It is.
by these teams now. You know, so now it makes it more interesting to see which team will take the next step.
Right.
So let's talk basketball history for a second. So you went to the draft and you were drafted second round. Is that right?
Yes.
Tell us about that experience. How did that go? Where were you playing at the time? You were a Horned Frog. You went to Butler Community College, right?
Yeah. I'm from South Bend, Indiana.
Oh, shout out to Notre Dame.
Home of Notre Dame. Fighting
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh.
I bleed it, so
Man.
you know, I'm kind of glad the season over with. But I went to Butler, then I went to TCU, and from TCU I went second round. I had to do a bunch of workouts. I think I did like 20 workouts that summer. It was tough.
Is it
They
like-
really take you through it just to see how mentally tough you are?
Okay, so it's like almost like a combine type workout, or how do they do that?
It's kind of like so say we at Milwaukee.
Okay.
About to work out on the court. You know, we're doing some shooting drills.
Right.
Then afterwards, you might play 2-on-2. We might play against them too.
Yeah.
And then they evaluate, and then they give your agent the assessment. They really don't give the player because, which is weird. The player is the one in the situation. Why wouldn't you give him the
Right.
information? But
Yeah.
I worked out for that many teams, and it was competitive because everybody that I worked out against was, you know, first rounders.
Yeah.
You know, so it was always a competitive environment, and like I said, they just take you through it to where they want you to break.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't want you to get the job. You know,
That's so crazy.
So they're testing mental toughness as much as
Yes,
skill.
more than anything, because
Really?
when you get to that level, it's just like you guys got a podcast. It's other podcast companies too that actually do a good job too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what in NBA is everybody can play.
That's the thing.
So when you get there, it's more mental than just putting the ball in the basket.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
because if you see a lot of guys, y'all see it all the time. We all see it to where a college guy he's hot on fire. Then he get to the NBA, you're like, man,
Where's
Just
he at?
flop. Yeah.
Well, it's
Where's
like
he at?
this. It's like there's no one in the stands watching y'all there.
And
You just
they-
said in New York they boo you, so
Yeah,
it's like
so
you got to
it's-
be able to push through that.
exactly. And when you get in that position,
Dude, that's
A
got
lot
to
of
be
guys-
crazy
yeah.
getting booed by the hometown
then
crowd.
once you in, it's kind of they back off because you're one of us now.
Mhm.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
still, it's so competitive from, getting to the gym,
Right.
tying your shoe,
my
like
gosh,
showering. Like these guys are like freaks on habits. They
Mm-hmm.
gotta go shoot at this time.
That's
Shower at this time. I'm in this same shower. Get out of here. I'm in this one. Like
Wow. But there's
it's
some
freaking-
brotherhood going on too
yeah,
behind
it
the
is,
scenes.
because once you in, I mean, the NBA tell you, we are family. So
right.
it's kind of bad and good that they tell you don't mess with the outside.
Unbelievable.
Because they tell you don't trust you can't trust a lot of people, which you can when you have that much money.
Right. That's the thing.
They always say keep your circle small because one bad accident can have your career done.
Wow.
So
For sure.
a lot of times the NBA is selfish on, don't let the outside come in. So
You're our asset for now.
right.
Yeah. You're,
Yeah,
for real.
protect your
Yeah.
body,
So
protect your
you're right.
decisions.
So they just make sure we family
Wow, dude,
here.
that's so mind blowing.
This is our family. So
Right.
So basically
Watch Stevens
you spend
back.
more time with Steve than you do
That's
my wife.
crazy,
Right.
dude.
Oh, man.
So we going out to eat, going to movies, hanging out. We become best friends. So then when you retire, Steve might get a job, a GM job. Hey Lee, you want to be assistant GM? And that's how the whole
God.
thing works.
Okay.
It's just
Yeah.
like a basketball.
And
really.
James would be a point guard, right?
James will be a point. Yeah, he'll
Yeah.
definitely be a point
Here
guard.
I'd be the
Come.
GM. James
Get all
would be
them
the point guard.
splishy splashes, dude.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I got a couple questions for you. By the way, if you're watching
Throw one
live on Facebook, drop some questions in here. If you've ever wanted to ask an NBA superstar some questions, maybe about habits, maybe about practice, maybe what his favorite quotes are, what books he reads, what it's like being in the NBA, drop those comments in Facebook Live below. Now, if you're listening to this on the replay on iTunes, hit that subscribe button. We're a weekly podcast. We would love a review from you guys. Those 5-star reviews mean a lot to us.
Didn't James say we want to smush the subscribe button? Is that what you said?
Squish it.
Squish.
Squish it.
Squish.
Squish the
Squish
subscribe
the
button.
subscribe button on iTunes. And thank you to everybody listening on Spotify, on iHeartRadio.
Squish.
Shout out to all of our fans out there.
Squish.
Here's the cool thing about the NBA to me. I think I look at the NBA as a fan from the outside looking in, and I see such a brotherhood going on the court. Like, I'm not just going to go down and feed the ball to, give an assist to the same player every time. I see that mentally going on, like, shoot, the assist was to him last time. I'm going to give him the ball. There's
Right.
no ball hogs in the NBA.
No, it's not. I mean,
Well,
James Harden is probably that's my favorite team and my favorite player, but he sits on the ball so much, like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But they allow him to do it, So if the coach allow you to do it, of course you're gonna do it because again, it was his dream to play in the NBA. And
Right.
for him to lead the NBA in scoring and just the stuff he's doing is like mind-boggling to him. Is why he still try to do the stuff
for sure.
because he felt like, man, I never thought I'd be in the NBA for
Dude,
one
he's so
and for
good.
Here
two
I'm
to
doing
just be doing and one mixed moves on guys on TV.
Oh my
like,
gosh, he's
it's crazy.
so good. I remember one time I watched him play live. We were in Cleveland. Our band's called Forever the Sickest Kids. We were in Cleveland on tour, and we went to the game, and they were playing Oklahoma City, and they gave us second row seats. So before the game, they're doing their little huddle with the coach.
Who else was in Cleveland, James?
Who else was in Cleveland at that time? Do you remember?
What year was that?
What year was that?
It was LJ. He's trying to tee you up.
Oh.
I was teeing you up. There it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. That's
He
the
was there.
one.
He was there.
That's what I was waiting on.
We're on the second row. They're doing this little pregame huddle with the coach, and he's got them all. And I just started for no reason because I was this punk kid 10 years ago screaming, James! And every time I'd do it, he'd look up at me.
Right.
And I was like
they
15
hear
feet. James!
And he probably like, who's this?
It was
Weirdo.
this idiot. James!
But to piggyback what you said, how they pass the ball, it's a brotherhood. Like, honestly, when you make it, like, dudes want you to get paid.
They want you to get
Yeah.
it.
That's cool.
Like, they like you. Some will come up to you and be like, bro, this your year. We're gonna.
So they're gonna like
we're
put you
coming at
over. We're putting you over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so it is a brotherhood to where guys really genuinely become brothers.
Wow.
And then they become family members, and then they want everybody to eat.
Wow.
You know what I
Dude,
mean?
that's huge.
No.
Can you say that again?
That's awesome.
They want
They want everybody, like y'all podcast, y'all want everybody to be here on time. Y'all want everybody to make sure we on the same page. And that's what makes the podcast grow.
Right.
Wow.
You
Right.
know? So as a team, as a unit, as a fan, when you see them, the brotherhood, that's what makes fans buy more tickets.
shoot.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So everybody in the NBA, everybody in the NBA are human. Like, and when fans see them, they think they're not just because of what they do on the court.
Yeah.
But
All
at
right.
the end of the day, they want everybody to eat.
Man, I love that. And that's going to be my highlight so far. They want everybody to eat. I want to turn to the questions because we got some good questions feeding in right now.
Okay.
From Tommy Brandon, he said, "What up, fellows?" Exclamation point!
Fellows.
Exclamation point!
That's hot.
Fellas.
He says, "Great show with a great guest. Lit. You don't get to the NBA without ridiculous drive and dreams."
Amen.
Hyphen. So Lee, what is your next? What drives you, and what are you dreaming for now?
Whoa. Tommy Brandon with
That's
a
good
hard-hitting question.
Right.
Wow.
What time is it?
It's plenty-o time. Go for
Dang,
it.
he been up for about 9 hours.
He's already got it popping.
Yeah.
So Lee, what is your next, and what drives you, and what are you dreaming for now?
My next is to give back to the communities, meaning I want to be a coach. You know,
Wow.
I'm going to start high school next year, prep school out in the DFW area,
Can you say the name yet?
Legacy, Primitive.
Awesome.
Nice.
It's outside of that. Right out, it's about 10 minutes outside of
You can be a b-ball
downtown.
coach there, basketball coach there.
Basketball coach there.
Can those kids
So-
hoop? Have you met them yet?
Well, I'm gonna try to bring in some guys to come in because it's a prep school, so
You can.
you can bring
Yeah.
guys in.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be honest. I want to coach, give back to kids. You know, try to bring as many kids as I can to the lower side. You know, have them in church,
Yeah.
give them the word every day.
Dude, that's
just try to
awesome.
encourage them because again, when I grew up, I never had the closest person to me was Sean Kemp. And
Oh,
he
wow.
lived in Elkhart, which is 15 minutes from me. But I never seen him like
Supersonics, right?
eye to
Yeah.
eye. Yeah.
Seattle
Yeah.
Supersonics.
So in high school, I was 7th grade when he was playing. So I seen him how spectacular he was, but we never shook hands or nothing. So for me, for kids to see a guy that played at that level they're trying to get to, and to be able to relate and give back to them,
Right.
the resources that I didn't have that they need to take forward, is a win-win situation for me.
Heck yeah.
And
it
I
is.
mean, even to expound on that further, in this day and age, just a cultural across any kind of racial barrier, a strong male influence in your life is very rare. And to be that, and to want to be that for kids at that age, especially in sports,
for sure.
I mean, that's a lot of times the coach is these guys' dad. I say that
Exactly.
as a former coach. You know, I
You
was a
spend
father
more
figure.
time with the kids than the
Absolutely.
parents do at home.
100%.
So if like again, and around here, it's a football state.
Yeah.
So again, I'm not saying I'm gonna save the state, and try to reverse,
He's
the
doing it.
mindset. But I just want to just bring. I see so much basketball around here that's not shouldn't be on the court.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
not
and,
right.
And again, I don't know, the coach's situation, but you can't have a basketball coach football, track, and swim.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's so
yeah.
true.
Which one you got the love for?
What are you teaching those kids too? Hey,
Right,
go
you
after
teach
all
it-
of them,
right,
whichever one
just
sticks.
put your hands
man.
everywhere.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? But my thing is, I just want to get back and try to impact as many kids as I want to go, D1 or
Right,
whichever
right.
to college. Because at the end of the day, if all you got is a high school diploma, you might as well just drop out and go get you a
Job.
KFC job.
Yeah, get you a
You know,
job.
because
job.
yeah, because at the end of the
Wow.
day,
Wow.
you wasting time. You can
Wow.
be bettering yourself. If you're gonna go to school, the next step should be college.
Dude,
you
this
know?
is so good right here.
So, and my thing is, I want to put myself in position to have these kids go to college for free.
Right.
You know, because a lot of these kids, they got dreams, but they
Don't have
they
the-
finger dreamers.
Yeah.
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 You know?
Yeah.
Like they scroll down. Oh, he just went between the legs. Dunk. You know how many times he did that?
Yeah, you know how
Like,
much practice he put in?
Right. They don't know the,
You don't
the,
see
the
that.
preparation you
grind.
got to put.
It's that
Yes,
grind.
and that's what I want to bring back
Wow.
out here is the grind, because if you grind, then of course you're gonna have the confidence to go out to do whatever you want to do.
Right.
This trips me out because, this is coming from a guy that in 2004, 2005 with New Orleans, 14.2 points per game average that season. I mean, that's insane. You're a guy that so many kids, I looked up to you growing up. I mean, in those Sean Kemp days, Scottie Pippen days,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about all these guys that I watched growing up, didn't have a personal relationship with them, but they served as mentors to me because I'm
Exactly.
following them. I'm like, golly, I want that work ethic that Scottie Pippen or
Yeah.
Sean Kemp
And
has or
if-
Lee Nailon
And
has.
if you just would have had somebody to show you the path how they took it,
Mm-hmm.
who knows where you would be at right now?
That's so true,
you know what
man.
I mean? So I just want to get back to him and try to put my hands on as many as I can.
And you nailed
That's
it, man.
awesome.
That question came from my personal pastor, Tommy Brandon, and you nailed it with the word, man. You've got to have God first, family second,
Yes.
and work third. And if you get it in the right order, everything falls into place,
Yes.
man. That's so good that you talked about getting those kids in the word and just showing them how to align your
Yeah,
life
be-
to
be-
succeed.
Don't just be thumb dreamers. Be path dreamers. Go
Oh,
after
man.
it. You
That's
know what
big
I mean?
right there. Be path dreamers,
Yeah,
not
because
thumb
now they
dreamers.
got these smartphones and they see, and I love it because you can actually put yourself out there before a coach can. But at the same time, it's so bad for them because it's watered down because they see all these.
It's a
It's
highlight.
a highlight reel.
life,
It's the highlight
They
reel.
see a guy killing, they like, man, why I can't do? You can, but you gotta work. You
He was
gotta
in the
get up at
gym
5
till
in the morning.
midnight.
Yeah.
Thank
Got up
you.
at 5 a.m.
You gotta
shooting
have
those
a
free throws.
regimen
Yeah.
to be able to do that stuff. It just don't happen overnight.
Man, that's big right there. We got more questions rolling in. By the way, keep these questions coming. This is awesome. Grady Wilson says, the most baskets you shot in one day. Go. Are you a free throw guy? Are you
Well,
are you a field goal?
actually, the shots. I don't do my training by shots. I do all mine by makes.
Makes.
Whoa,
So the most shots I made in one day was 1,000.
Oh,
So
you talking 1,000 points or 1,000 made shots?
1,000 made shots from
Holy
mid range to
cow.
post ups to threes to off the dribble to face ups to everything.
That's that grind. That's the
So
that's the practice.
let's talk about
I
this
got
for a
one
minute.
kid. I got one kid that he's crazy. He's homeschooled. I've been training for about 3 months now.
Uh-huh.
I know where he's playing next season.
Bouncy. He about 6 foot.
Uh-huh.
White kid. Bouncy. Got a wetter. I call him JJ Redick. My wife do too. But he's
He's going to Duke.
He's the only kid that pushes me.
Oh wow, he
That's-
pushes
I like
you.
it. Yeah, I'm like, dang, I got to get up and go.
He's
get in
pushing the
day.
coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, man, this dude is nuts.
Hey,
He
look right
want
here
it.
in the camera. Give him a shout out right here.
Isaiah, shout out, baby. Keep
Yes.
working.
Yes, sir. That is awesome.
You know, funny you say that because whenever I used to coach, you could always tell the kids who had it by their work ethic.
Yeah.
The kids that would show up, be ready, be in their gear, ready to go. There was never any
Yeah,
log-
they're not playing around.
No, they're there to get better.
I don't know that the NBA teaches that. It's too
what would
late.
make me
Yeah.
so mad was the kid. You know, you'd have that kid that was just naturally talented, didn't care, he didn't work
Yeah, yeah. He
Yeah, but
coming
you had-
late.
yeah.
He
But
walking around.
because he was naturally
The man.
good at baseball or whatever. He thought he was.
gonna
he
make
could-
it
yeah.
regardless of how hard he work or
Nope.
how many times he come on time.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What happens
The
to?
NBA, they don't. Sorry.
No, that's what I was going to ask
The
you.
NBA, when you get it's weird because when you going through the workouts, they like you looking good, keep working.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you make it and you make the team,
Nothing.
ain't none of that.
Oh
no
my
hold,
God.
no
It doesn't
hand
matter,
hold.
no.
hand
you
hold.
like, am
Yeah,
I doing
yeah.
all right?
No, yeah, and it's different.
Like, and then you go to the coach, like, coach, you good? You good? They ain't babysitting.
No, it's over at that
We
point.
paying you now, so we ain't gonna tell you. You know what you're supposed
You're
to
getting
be
that
doing.
game check. You're
Right.
And if you want the check to keep coming,
You have to grow. The first day you walk in that
Oh,
locker room,
man.
you got to be a
Unbelievable.
grown man because they're
Unbelievable.
not telling you what you're doing wrong, and they're not telling you what you're doing right. They just you supposed to know
You're a pro.
if you still in this locker room,
Yeah.
you doing something right.
You're a pro.
and here's the piece: you're not getting pat on the back for doing
Oh, no.
great. That's
You-
just what
they-
you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
You get reprimanded for not doing great.
Yes.
That's
they
awesome.
They want you to F up so they can be like, look at this on
Yeah,
film
yeah.
session.
Yeah,
look at where you supposed to be right here.
Yeah, you
know,
missed the
so-
post up.
Sorry.
Right.
Yep. So let's
Film
talk a
don't
minute
lie.
about the college level, because I see the college level getting better and better and better. It feels like the college of today was the NBA of yesterday. I mean, these kids are coming up. You see 7'5", 7'4". You see these
Oh,
north
yeah.
of 7 foot tall guys coming in college level.
Yeah.
What
my
are your
wife,
thoughts on that?
My wife likes college more than NBA.
I do
I think a lot of people do.
because
Yeah.
they're not playing for that paycheck, man. They're
And-
playing
and
for
you
the
know
love of
what?
the game.
And I think the best thing they can do, to be honest, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear, but
Pay
let
them.
come out of high school.
Oh.
Wow.
They're already gonna do that. But
Yeah.
let them
Yeah,
come
yeah.
out of high school, because what it do is it really humbles you as a kid and your parent to say, I'm going NBA out of high school.
You
They
believe
said
in
now-
you believe in your
they-
game that much?
Right. They say it now, but you can't do it. So when it do happen, we're going to see who the cream of the crop, the ones that say, I'm going to NBA straight out of high school.
They don't allow
So
it
when it go-
anymore.
Not anymore.
No, but the new collective bar agreement is, I think, this summer or next summer, to where
They said
they're
it
going
will.
to try to open it. So
Really, I didn't hear that.
So what you said about college, now, since you only going to have maybe 3 of them go out of high school, you're going to have guys in college for 2-3 years. So it's going to be more competitive, and guys going to be fishing to get there
Right.
off of, playing instead of just word play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because right now it seems like there's a lot of one and dones.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
they'll
is.
go to college for
Yeah,
a year,
I feel that same thing.
and then
So what'll happen is the kid that don't come out of high school that thought he was, he go to college that 1 year, and he still see he ain't there. Guess what? You gotta stay another year.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's so them saying they come out of high school, I think it's a good situation, so that we don't have a lot of one and dones in college, so we can see kids actually turn into young men into men.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Because if they stand for 1 year, you see them grow up as men in the league, in the NBA, and not even to say that they're gonna play. So they might be grown men by the time you see them. They 30, like, man, you still in the league?
Yeah.
I ain't seen you play since college. You know what I mean? So it's good to have college players stay for at least 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
so
I
they
agree
can
with that.
grow up. You know what I mean?
I went to the A&M UT basketball game on Sunday. Here it was in Fort Worth at Dickies Arena.
Yeah,
Sweet Brad.
I was pissed I didn't go because I coached one of the kids from Texas, Remy.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I coached him in the top 100, and I still keep in touch with him. And
Is it Courtney Ramey?
Yeah,
This dude
that's him. He all right.
Yeah, he was
A
good.
great kid though.
I don't
Too
understand
good
how
of a
they're
kid,
so.
'cause I had to tell man, look, man,
Is that him?
you got
that's
to.
him. He was just too nice. Man, get some dog in you. But yeah, he gonna get a look in the NBA.
He's good, dude. I was sitting there watching.
right.
There's
That's
a
awesome.
there's
Yeah.
a ton of those guys on that
Yeah.
court Sunday that I think will get a look.
Yeah, it's good to see a lot of the kids not really NBA household names right now in college, because it make them scratch their head and still put their head down and work.
Yeah,
You know
you get famous
you
in
got-
college, you kind of get complacent.
what?
Yeah.
You man on campus, you can go
Yeah.
into any dorm you want at any time. You know you ain't supposed to be in here after hours. You still in here.
Right.
Hey,
You
it's
know what I
Courtney
mean?
Ramey.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, you're good.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't know it was you, man. I'm sorry. You're good. Go where you want.
Going to
Yeah.
all the bars for free, everything.
yeah.
Oh
So,
man.
so you gotta understand, like, the college life is still good, man.
I got to give a shout out to someone this weekend, man. Jericho Sims. He's a UT basketball player. He's like 6'9". He came in there, and this
6'9".
dude's a forward. He just played so well. He went to Cristo Rey Jesuit High School, but this dude played so well. He had my eyes just locked on him the whole time.
You know what, man? Texas, man, they good with finding them 1-point average guys in high school and turn them into pros.
Shoot, dude, they're 8-1
it's
right now.
crazy. Like, and he'll come out this year
Wow,
just because he turned into a pro
wow,
like over summer.
that's
Because
unbelievable.
last year when he played with what's the guy got drafted by the Pelicans?
Oh yeah,
Richard.
yeah.
Hayes.
Was it- yeah, LeBron. When LeBron got drafted by the Pelicans.
Jackson Hayes.
Jackson Hayes went out
You
to the
know,
Pelicans.
Right. So them two playing together, and for him to see Jackson Hayes getting minutes now, it just lit a firecracker on him, because he's like, man, I ate his lunch last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey, that's how it is.
I'll be in the
though. You
league
might-
next year.
Right. You
Watch
ate
him.
his lunch, so look, he there now. So that just let him know that you can be there too.
Man,
A&M was good, but they lost, man. A&M has some great
I
players.
like the coach Buzz.
Yes,
He,
yeah.
he recruited me coming out of Butler.
Did he really?
Yeah, I talked to him this summer. I seen him at the NCAA camp in Houston. That's a good thing they doing too. They got every summer they got 4 locations NCAA camps
Really?
for
This is for high school or like AAU?
for high school.
Okay.
So and this summer I did the one in Houston.
Okay.
Did
it was
you
at
really?
Houston University. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I seen Buzz up there. I seen a bunch of coaches up there, and me and Buzz we kind of sat and talked. He's like, "Man, I wish I would have got you."
Oh, really?
I said, "Coach, this is like 20 years
Come
from
on,
now."
bro.
He said,
You're still
"Man,"
thinking about
he
that?
said, "Man, I still ain't got nobody like you."
Oh, wow. Shout out to Coach Buzz.
Right.
So they had one at University of Houston. They had an NCAA
Yeah.
youth development at University of Illinois, Connecticut, and Grand Canyon University.
So all you
Man,
kids
that's
out there, make sure y'all lock in on these NCAA camps if y'all feel like in high school ball y'all not getting the looks and you're not getting the reps that you think you should get,
Wow.
because of, various reasons or whatever. But it's always a way that you can get seen again. But
Wow.
make sure you stay on top of these NCAA coaches. Because next year they're going to have 4 different cities. I know one is going to be in Wichita, Kansas. So you kids out there that's close, that's in this area, that's a drive away for you guys. So
8 hours.
so that's something for you guys to look for this summer if you guys find a bad AAU team.
What's that McDonald's All-Star game mean anymore? Is that still is that still something? that
Yeah,
means
that's
something?
still big around here.
Yeah,
like it's still
McDonald's
out
over
here. Yeah, like Wiseman,
Oh, really?
he was in it. Me and my wife went to see the McDonald's game because I had 2 guys,
You were coaching.
Lewis that go to Florida.
Oh man,
and,
dominate.
Yeah, he's a one and done guy.
So he'll go.
Yeah, he'll go.
He'll be out.
But he good kid.
Side note, good
Side
kid.
note, yeah. But the NCAA camps is the way to go for the kids that's
That
aren't
getting those
unsigned.
looks.
Yeah, because I was surprised to see how many coaches was at Houston for that.
So
Along with the Peace Jam going on at the same time. So
it's huge. I mean, and it's well attended too. People love
Yes.
watching those kids at
Yes.
15, 16, 17 years old do something like that. I want to know. So you're the NBA star that has set the record on our podcast for the most teams that you played for. So I want to do something that maybe we can start doing for other players that have played for multiple teams. Do you have a coach? Because you played for how many NBA teams? 7?
yeah.
You played for 7 different NBA teams.
7 teams, 6 franchises, though, right?
7 teams,
Yeah,
6
yes,
franchises.
yes.
And you played for TCU for 3 years. What is a coach in your mind, or maybe 2 coaches, that stands out that you want to give thanks to on this podcast? Maybe shout out to that coach now and in a way that maybe allows the viewers to know I had a coach that changed everything for me.
Well, it's 3 coaches really. My high school coach, Tom DeBates, South Bend, Indiana. We won a state championship '94, my senior year. We played in the Hoosier Dome. It was like 45,000.
Oh man, dude.
We played against
45.
Bryce Jew in the state championship game. They was 29-0.
Oh my
But
gosh.
on the flip side, my coach, he was a father figure to me. He used to come pick me up, take me to school. Anything I needed.
He would pick you up from your house and take
yeah,
you to school in
bring
high
me to
school?
and he would feed me.
Bro,
like,
think about
he
that
was-
for a
he
minute.
was huge.
He would come to his house, pick him up, and take him to school. That's his coach.
I don't think I had a teacher in high school that would have picked me up. I think
No.
Exactly.
Kind of hated me.
I mean, who does
Him and
that?
my coach and his wife is like, they didn't have any kids, so they it was their obligation that we was their kids. So whatever we needed, they looked out for us big time. And college, Billy Tubbs.
Billy Tubbs.
One thing that I'll never forget, when I was he was recruiting me at Butler, we sat down in the room, and the first thing he said, if you come to TCU, I promise you, I'll give you the ball every time.
Holy cow.
Wow.
And for him to say that and to actually back it up is huge, because all these coaches sell dreams all the time.
Oh, yeah.
That's their job. They recruit.
Right, because
they
that's their
recruit.
job.
Yeah.
Exactly. So for him to say that, and still to this day, I still talk to him.
Wow.
Him and his wife, he live in Oklahoma.
He ended at Lamar, I guess,
He-
after TCU.
After TCU, he went to Lamar for a little bit, and then he started doing play-by-play for Oklahoma basketball team.
Oh,
So he's still around, still
Boomer.
hanging around, still look good, still look the same. So shout out to Coach Tubbs. And my last one is Paul Silas in the NBA. He drafted me 2nd round when I was supposed to go 1st round. I didn't go, so I fell 2nd round. So he knew how I felt because he played in the NBA, so he knew the draft and all that stuff. So I was kind of down, but when he called me, he was like, "Hey, this Paul Silas, Can't wait to coach you.
Oh
It's
man.
like don't feel bad.
Did he coach
stay-
you at the Hornets?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said stay grinding. He's like, listen, I want you. He's like
Unbelievable.
he said you're a first round talent. He's like and I want you to kick everybody ass when you get up there. Right?
And I know that he
I
was
was like, yo,
he was a player. He was a player himself too.
Yeah,
Seattle.
He got the record of rebounds at in college USC.
No
Still
kidding.
to this day.
Still?
Yeah.
I'm seeing a
Put
pattern
it
here,
way out
man.
there out of reach.
Right.
So what was that? Let me ask you real quick. You were saying you were expecting to go first round, and you don't get that call till the second. What's that like whenever you're seeing teams pick,
Man,
and you're thinking, my name's coming up
you know
next.
what,
My name's
to be
coming up
honest, So I was in Vegas gambling.
next. Okay. Oh, gosh.
There
Good
you
place
go.
to be.
Because
Man
my
after
agent
my
was
own
like,
heart.
listen. He was like, listen, don't watch the draft. Go have fun, whatever. So
Get it off your mind.
I'm gambling, and my phone didn't ring. So I'm like, dang, what's going on? So I left my chips there, and I went to when you're in casino,
Maybe my
it's
phone's
a
on
bunch of
silent.
TVs around.
Yeah,
so
there is.
I just caught one where the draft was on. So I'm watching the draft, and it was like the 28th pick in the first round. So now I start watching it. So
Yeah.
I'm like, every pick that go by, I said, I'm firing his ass. So second round coming, I'm like, you know what, it's over. So then I went back gambling, and then my mom ran to me and said, you got drafted. I'm
Oh,
like, what?
man.
She's like, you got drafted 42nd pick. I was like, word. So then my phone rang.
Word.
I was pissed.
Oh, man.
Is it 40 picks per round?
No, it's
30. How many
31.
teams? 31.
31.
Back then it was 29.
29 picks per
They
round.
they put 2 more teams since then.
That's
Okay.
right. They got the
They got
The Tallahassee Tallywhackers.
Tallahassee,
and,
right.
Oklahoma.
the Oklahoma Bums.
Yeah, that's
Bums,
it.
yeah, for sure.
er,
Holly Ritchie in the comments says, "Nothing beats a good coach!" ! That's awesome.
That
and
is
clapping
awesome.
hands.
Appreciate
So
it.
thank
Yeah,
you,
that's-
Holly.
You always got to have a coach starts the foundation for kids' growth and their careers, to be honest.
mhm.
Man, there's something I'm seeing a pattern here. I always say that true leaders know the way, go the way, and then show the way. And I see that so many of these coaches, like Paul Silas that you mentioned, they did it themselves, then they figured it out, then they went and taught it. And that's kind of the season that you're in now. You've already known the way, you've already gone the way. Now it's time to go show the way to these
Exactly.
kids, man. I love that.
And that's one of the things I kind of took from all my coaches. All 3 of them was 2 things: was brotherhood and to treat everybody like family.
Man,
You know what I mean?
relationships
because,
matter.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you don't know what the kids is going through, because a lot of times kids don't really talk about their problems. They just worried, and then they just go along until someday it just explodes, you know. But at that time, it don't happen for them. It's always 10, 15 years later where they come out
Right.
with a book or
Yeah.
tell a story or what they was going through. So for me, I just want to be the guy that they can come to and be like, hey, ABC, can you know, and then I can see what I can do for them. But I always want to be a guy they can always come to and feel comfortable around. That's how I felt around them 3 coaches.
Man, I'm
Yeah.
sitting here thinking about your high school coach, man. What if more coaches did that? I think we'd have a lot less problems in our schools.
Man, it's sad because nowadays you get a lot of coaches, high school coaches, everywhere. You know, one, I understand you got to pay the bills. It's a job. But 2, they don't want the kid to make it.
It almost feels like they're the wall in front of their success.
It's like the coach, like, I didn't make it, so you ain't gonna make it too.
Oh, man.
But I'm here coaching, and you can still have a life
Right.
outside of this, instead of saying, you know what, I didn't make it, so I'm gonna make sure one of y'all, 1 or 2 or 3 of y'all make it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But I just see it it's common for coaches to have a grudge with a kid and hold it all season. And then
Or
then
all
and
high
then-
school.
Right.
Yeah,
And then,
that
and then-
grudge.
and then something happened to where
Why didn't I
he
get the
have to-
ball?
he have to explain.
Uh-huh.
And then like, well, when the season started,
Why didn't I get that assist? Why
Coach,
didn't I
are
get
you
that
kidding me,
opportunity?
man? You've been holding this for 4 months,
Yeah, say something.
and you a leader of kids, like, come on, bro.
It's petty. It's petty.
Yeah.
Then on the flip side, out of there's so many coaches that don't get that recognition that are
Yep.
probably out there picking kids up from school
Exactly.
to this day, right now, driving them to school when
Yep.
they don't have a car.
In their own car.
They don't have a family. They may
You know,
not
it's probably some that got kids, they own kids with their player kids in the same car.
same car.
Dropping their own
dropping
kids
their
off.
kids
yeah,
off
yeah.
and
Yeah.
then taking them with them to school.
Man, that's beautiful
Like
to
them
think
the
about.
ones that need to be, praised and do stories on, but they don't like to do it because at the end of the day, they don't do it for the hand claps.
Right.
You know
Man,
what I mean?
love that. I couldn't help but notice your bracelet has Philippians 3:14 on it, which is I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus. Man, that's awesome. What other
That's-
bracelets you got there?
This is I played in the Big Three, so I played 2 seasons.
What's the big three? Ghost Ballers?
But yeah, I played on Ghost Ballers, and then the first year I played with Tri-State.
Oh, dude,
The
that's
Big
awesome.
Three.
The
Yeah,
big-
it's you don't know nothing about it.
no, tell me about it.
It's
Ghostbusters.
Ice Cube. The rap, you gotta Google it.
O'Shea
Ice Cube.
Jackson, if you don't. It's O'Shea.
Big Three.
O'Shea
Put
Jackson.
the Big Three in. But Ice Cube
Who
formed
is
the
Ice
league,
Cube?
Summer League, right?
I'm kidding.
He formed,
Today-
he
Oh,
formed
Big
the-
Three.
was a
Big
good
Three
day.
is 3-on-3 basketball league
Right.
founded by hip-hop musician and actor Ice Cube and entertainment executive Jack White. The league consists of 12 teams whose rosters include both former NBA players and international players. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and they come here in Dallas every summer.
So what team were you on? The Ball Hogs?
Nah, I mean they were trash.
Shots fired.
Every year, look, Scalabrine is one of the guys on that team.
Oh, Scalabrine.
Yeah,
The old
Scalabrine.
Celtics player?
Yeah, Mamba.
Scalabrine.
They call him Boston. They call him the Mamba.
We loved Scalabrine in
Yeah.
our band because he was the guy that was on. He was like on the best team. He kept having victories and championships.
Yeah.
Who's
Yes.
Scalabrine?
So he got a team. He got a podcast in Boston, and he do a lot of radio stuff for the Celtics.
Okay.
And
You're on the Ghost Ballers.
yeah, the Ghost Ballers. And,
George Gervin.
Right. That was
Iceman?
You know what? To be honest,
The Iceman?
Yes, they put all legend as coaches.
Oh, that's sweet.
Look at that logo, dude. The Ghost Ballers.
Not the Ghostbusters, the Ghost
Oh.
Ballers.
Sorry.
Look at that logo. So who'd you play with on the Ghost Ballers?
Not the Ghostbusters.
Mike
Sorry.
Bibby,
Oh,
Mike
Mike
Bibby,
Bibby.
all
Okay.
right.
Ricky Davis,
Nice.
Oh, Ivan
Carlos
Johnson?
Boozer,
Boozer, God.
Ivan Johnson,
Marcus Banks.
Marcus Banks.
Woo!
And then on Tri-State, I played with Bonzi Wells,
Bonzi Wells. I heard
Jermaine
that name.
O'Neal.
Dude.
Really?
Hey, Jermaine O'Neal lives in Southlake.
Yeah.
We
He
might need
got
to
the
have
Drive
him on.
Nation. Shout
Yeah.
out to Jermaine O'Neal, Drive
Sup?
Nation. Doing big things over there for kids, too.
He'd be good to have on the podcast, huh?
Yeah.
That'd
he'd
be dope.
good.
Share his story.
Selling his house, I think.
Yeah. Yep. Hey.
Yep.
Yep. Ah, there it is. Man, so I got to ask you, do you have any quotes that you live by? Any books that you've read, any quotes that inspire you? Something. I love that verse you got.
To be honest, man, growing up, my mom, she was a single parent,
Wow.
so
I can see a lot of that
Well,
work
my
ethic
brother-
in you.
me and my brother and my sister. So it was I had to be the man of the house early. So for me, I always told myself, if I get an opportunity to change my life, I'm gonna make sure I take full advantage of it, because where I'm from, you don't make it out.
Wow.
Nobody make it out. I'm the only. We had a lot of NBA talent guys in my hometown. It's like
One in a million.
quicksand.
Yeah.
Like they go away 2 months and they come back. So I seen a lot of good talent, way better talent than me, go away from school, which gave me the thought that I can make it. I can go to college. So I thank all of them for doing it. But they all came back and they still at the house. So, and I'm the only one out.
Man.
So when I go back home, it's like,
You
for
see
me,
all
it's like gasoline.
Yeah, man.
For me, because I need to drink
That
it.
was
because,
fuel on the fire.
Right, because when I go home, I need to see that. I need to still feel it, because I ain't satisfied. You know what I mean? So every time I go home, it's like for me eating Thanksgiving, getting real full, and then
Yeah.
leaving.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I need all that to keep me going to help others.
So it's amazing for me because I had a lot of coaches growing up. I played football, basketball. I played football in high school and golf. But I went I went to college on a golf scholarship. but
Brag.
I'm thinking
Brag.
about.
Oh.
Yeah.
I need lessons.
I'll teach you. I'll teach you. I love that.
I'm coming for you, Bonzi.
Oh my God.
Bonzi Wells is a golfer.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a
pretty
good golfer.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Robbie Menace, and he looked like Big Black from the show Rob and
Okay.
Big. But
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he rest in peace, man. He they had us out to their headquarters in L.A. Man, got to meet Big Black and Rob. But the times that we traveled, Robbie Menace was my tour manager for 7 years on the road.
That's hot.
And Robbie went everywhere with us. He stayed in our hotels. He booked our hotels. He made sure we got to the venue on time. But he was from South Bend, Indiana. And so Robbie was always saying, I'm going to take y'all back to South Bend.
that.
I'm going to take y'all back to South Bend. I'm going to take y'all back to meet my mama, Right. So one year at Thanksgiving, we went back to South Bend, Indiana. We got to go to her church, meet her pastor, have Thanksgiving in South Bend with Robbie's mother. And my biggest aha from being in South Bend is like, you hear about South Bend, Notre Dame. Man, South Bend is a lot of people, like you say, quicksand, the black hole, man.
Man, and it's funny because I'm pretty sure as soon as y'all got to South Bend, he started telling you stories.
He started telling me stories.
Is that what
neighborhood superstars
Yes.
that literally like
Was right here. This was his house.
jump over 2 cars,
Right.
but couldn't spell. You know what I mean?
But was in a
then you go
600
back-
square foot house like
right.
this.
Then you go back and you see him walking down the street with a brew. And
Yeah.
you're like, dang, that was such and such. Man, he was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And
There's
Notre
so
Dame
many
is
of them.
gorgeous,
Yes.
and South Bend is gorgeous, and there's so much talent that's back in South
Yeah,
Bend.
and it's just like it's weird because it's like they get so praised there at home that they feel like
They leave and don't get it.
and it shrinks them.
Yeah.
Like, and for me that just built fire for me because I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
you don't know who I am,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
All
I'm about to
right.
show you who
right.
I am. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we
I'm
go.
like, I'm about to get the same juice I got at home, and I'm
about
get
to
on
leave
the
and show
road.
y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how I try to show them, but
It's
It
something
still
about
falls
South
short.
Bend, man. It's like a subculture of South
Yeah.
Bend. If you're from there, you rep
You-
South Bend hard.
man, it's right. It's like I'm from South Bend. I ain't going nowhere. This is me, like,
It's me.
and you steady drowning, but
Yeah.
you cool with
You're cool
it.
with it,
Yeah,
right?
you're
Right.
cool with it. Yeah, man,
It's,
that's
it's
huge.
crazy.
I love that, dude. Well, we're wrapping up here at the end of this. What an hour, man. I can't thank you
man.
enough,
Great.
Lee.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it, man.
much.
Always, man. I come back anytime.
We'd love to have you back. Would you sign our wall before you leave today?
Yeah.
Man, we got one more question.
Hold it.
Everybody go on my page. I got a foundation, Lee Nailon
Oh, awesome.
Family Foundation. Just going on there, saved a couple girls out of sexual trafficking
Really?
through my church, Open Door Church.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Pastor Troy.
He's been on here before, and he'll be
Yeah,
on here again.
Man, he is amazing.
He's
you
coming
know.
on probably next week.
That's
so we can
hot.
have him
So-
again.
Oh, really?
We just do stuff like school stuff, supplies,
Lee Nailon.
any type of feedback or any type of money you want to donate to the foundation is going all to help kids with school,
Get out of their quicksand.
supplies, Christmas toys, dinners, everything. So me and my wife
Thanksgiving
is starting
meals.
that. It's right now we're crawling right now. It's still a baby, but the more that I can get on podcasts and do stuff like this,
Yeah,
I
tell the
can
story.
get it out there, and hopefully everybody will latch on and do what they can.
That's it.
Anything can help.
100%.
So appreciate.
We got some
y'all.
good questions coming in. Let's answer one last question. Mario Falcon says, "What up, Lee? Texas has 3."
Mario, what it do, baby?
Shout out.
Yeah, what's good? He from San Antonio. Long story short, I met him. My brother live in San Antonio. I met him through my brother. This dude is crazy fanatic. He's like Stephen King that you never heard of. He loved making movies, videos, everything.
Really?
So now he's starting to get off the ground. He got married. Me and him got married last year.
Congratulations.
Not to each
Mario,
other.
your wife.
Not to each
Whoa,
other.
whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, hey.
hey, whoa.
But this is my brother from another brother, man. Keep filming, man. Hey, stay on top of your game, man. I love what you're doing, man.
Love it. This is your invite, Mario. If you want to come be on the podcast, hit us
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
You know how to get at us.
All right.
He says, "What do you believe should be the Spurs' next step, and what do they need to do to consistently win?" He's a San Antonio Spurs fan, of course.
Go Spurs, go.
Basketball.
I just think I think Pop he gotta kind of like be a 2000 coach. he can't be a 80s, 70, 80, 90s coach because these kids
It's not the same
they
game.
don't thrive
They don't
by a
respond to
coach,
that.
pointing in your face all the time, doing this and that.
Yeah.
And just get guys that want to be there because half of the guys that's there don't want to be there.
You can
So,
see it on the court.
Yeah, so if they don't want to be there, I understand you got to have a product for the fans to come see. But if you let the fans know that, hey, we in rebuilding stage, then
That's
then
tough.
you get a nice little window to where 4 or 5 years, you can change it around. But in the NBA, you gotta have guys that want to be there. If they don't want to be there, it's not gonna work. I don't care who's the coach or how many people come to the game or what restaurants they letting you eat free. If they don't want to be there, it ain't gonna work.
Wow. They don't sell tickets either.
Right?
It's nasty.
Like, oh, man.
Yeah. Well, we love you, bro. I got to fill your bucket, dude. You're an awesome man of excellence.
Appreciate it,
and
man.
Thanks so much for
Always
coming.
a pleasure, man.
We'll be back next week, Tuesday, 9:30 to 10:30, right here on the Local Legend Show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Go smash and squish that subscribe button on iTunes.
Squishy, squashy, squash.
Splishy splash.
Splitches.
Peace.